Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Lee's class. Today we're going to learn how to find common factors of a polynomial. Alright, I want you to look at the warm-up questions. We have three expressions, three polynomials, and we're going to expand those three polynomials. So 2x times x, 2x times 5. So we know how to expand this. We learn how to do this. So we're going to use fishing method. 2x squared plus 10x. Next, x squared, 3x, x and 3. X squared, 3x plus 1x. 1x is just x. You can omit 1. And we're going to combine the like terms. 3x and 1 are like terms. Right? Hopefully you guys remember this. Again, we do FOIL x squared, 5x, positive 5x, negative 5x, and negative 25. So we do FOIL. Alright? And it becomes x squared minus 25 because those will cancel out. Okay, so we know how to expand those expressions. And today we're going to learn how to make these expressions to the original expressions. Okay, so we know how to move from here to here. Today and next class and the class after, we're going to keep learning how to change a polynomial to a factored form. So this is called factored form. Okay, so we're going to learn how to change these expressions to factored expression. Okay, so let's move to the next. Factoring GCF. Everyone, what does it mean by factoring? To factor means to rewrite a given expression as a product of a polynomial. So what is a product? Product is multiplication of two things. So if you look at this, 4m plus 12 is not a product of polynomials. So what we're going to do is we're going to find GCF. You're going to look at each term, 4m and 12. Do you guys see any GCF here? Any common factor? I'm going to use 2 to divide both terms. So 4m divided by 2 becomes 2m. 12 divided by 2 becomes 6. And then I have 2m plus 6. Do you see any common factors? So we're not done yet because we have this has common factor. So 2m divided by 2 is m. 6 divided by 2 becomes 3. Can we do more? No, there's no common factor. So we're going to stop. And we know GCF is 2 times 2. 4 is a GCF. And factored form. So you look at L shape. Factored form is 2 times 2, m plus 3. 2 times 2 times m plus 3 is 2 times 2 becomes 4. You omit multiplication sign. It becomes 4 times m plus 3. Alright? So this is a factored form because these expressions are connected by multiplication. Right? So if you can rewrite a given expression as a product of a polynomial. This is a product of polynomial. They're connected by multiplication, right? Product of polynomial, then that is a factored form. So this is not a factored form because it's not connected by multiplication, but this is a factored form. Does that make sense, everyone? So you should be able to fully factor an equation 4m plus 12 equals 4 bracket m plus 3. To check if you factored correctly, you can just expand it again. And it becomes 4m plus 12. So it is the same as the original equation. So we factored correctly. Okay? Alright, everyone. Here, we can also factor using algebra tiles. So say this long tile is m, the small tile is just 1. Then you can just put them all together in one line, and that is 4m plus 12. So you have 4m, m, 1, 1, 1, 1, 12 ones, 4m plus 12. So this is the original equation. So you're going to change the shape. You're going to make the width is 2 and the length is m, 6 ones. So 2m plus 12. So you can just make another rectangle. Then that is 2m plus 6. So this is not fully factored because you can factor out 2 from here. So 2m and 6 has a common factor. So we always want you to factor fully, factor completely. So this is not a correct answer. This is not factored fully. Okay? This is factored fully because you factored out 2 from here. This becomes 4 and we have m plus 3. So we can represent it using algebra tile. So width is 4 and the length is m, 1, 1, 1, m plus 3. So factor completely using algebra tile. You can also use algebra tile. And you should not forget the distributive property. A times B plus A times C. Alright, let's move on. Okay, let's look at the example questions. Find the GCF of 36x squared y. And we're going to find the GCF of those two expressions. So we're going to divide both expressions by 6. Then 6x squared y and 10x squared y squared. Can we do more? What number would you use to divide those two expressions? Let's choose 2. Okay, can we do more? We cannot find any more numbers, but we can divide both expressions by x squared. Then 3y, 5y squared. And what else can we do? We can divide both number by 1y. We have 2 y's here, so we're just going to take 1y. Becomes 3, and 5y squared becomes 5y. Okay, therefore GCF is 12x squared y. Okay, so GCF is 12x squared y. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Example 2. Factor the following polynomial. We're not just going to find the GCF, we're going to find the factored form. What's the GCF of 3x plus 3y? 3 becomes x plus y. So 3 is GCF, and factored form is 3 times x plus y. So don't forget to put bracket around that, everyone. Remember, multiplication sign is hiding here. Okay, 3 times x plus y. Next, x squared y minus xz. What's in common here? X is a common factor. Then we have 2x. We're going to divide by 1x. Then that becomes 1xy. We have 1x becomes z. X will be gone. So this is the GCF. So we cannot factor anymore. So x is GCF and factored form is, again, everyone, don't forget to put bracket around that. xy minus z. C looks a bit complicated. I want you to pause the video and try C by yourself first. Alright? So have you guys tried it? Let's do it together. Let's divide each term by -4. Then -12 divided by -4 becomes +3. -20 divided by -4 becomes +5. -16 divided by -4 becomes +4. After that, we're going to divide each term by x. Because we have 3x, 1x, 2x. So we're going to divide each term by x. And 3x becomes 2x. 1x becomes none. Like that. And z, 2z. We're going to factor out 1z. Alright, all done. This is GCF. And the factored form is, again, don't forget to put bracket around it, everyone. -4 times x times z times, we omit multiplication sign. This is the factored form. So before you write a factored form, you should check if there's any other numbers or variable you can factor more. There's nothing. So therefore, this is fully factored. All right, everyone. So this is how you factor how to make factored form of a polynomial. Let's move on. So therefore, factoring and expanding is exactly the opposite meaning. So the process of factoring is undoing the process of expanding and vice versa. So they're opposite. So as you see from here, if you factor, you get this form. And from this expression, if you expand, you will get this form. So factoring and expanding, they're exactly the opposite. All right? Let's move on to example 3. So factored by removing the greatest common factors. We want to factor, but if you look at this, the equation looks really complicated. But do you guys see anything in common in this equation? I see something in common. What do you guys see? 4a plus 5. The bracket 4a plus 5. The bracket 4a plus 5. They are in common in both terms. So what we're going to do is we're going to factor out the whole bracket. Okay? So factor out the whole bracket. So 4a plus 5. So we're going to factor this out, and what I have is 3a minus 2. Can you do more? No, you cannot. Don't forget to put bracket around it. So as I said, this is a GCF, and factored form is 4a plus 5, 3a minus 2. Alright everyone, I want you to try B by yourself. Pause the video and try B by yourself. Go ahead. Alright, have you guys tried it? So let's do it together. What's in common here? What's in common in this expression? The bracket, right? The bracket x squared plus 3x minus 2. X squared plus 3x minus 2 is in common. So we're going to factor that out. I have x and 5 left, right? Then the factored form will be x squared plus 3x minus 2, x plus 5 is the answer. Alright, next. Okay, so if you look at this, well, a is in common, and this is the first term, and this is the second term. A is in common, but I think we can find more factors than a. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand. Right? When you have a bracket, and if the bracket is not the common factor, right? This is a common factor. This is common factor, but you have a bracket, but there's no bracket in common, right? In that case, it's better to expand. And I get 8a squared, 20a plus 3a squared. And after that, 8a squared, 3a squared. So we're going to collect the like terms, 11a squared plus 20a. And we're going to find the GCF. What's GCF? We have two a's, one a. GCF is a, then 11a plus 20. So we tried to find another GCF, but I think that's it. There's no GCF here. Therefore, so apparently GCF was just a. So therefore, 11a plus 20 times a. So this is the factored form. Okay, hopefully you guys understood how to find the GCF and how to factor out GCF. So thanks for watching everyone. Start doing your homework.